everyone, this is Christina Manuel. For today's video, I'll be sharing to you my answers about the two questions that was given to us by Dr. Ramos. So his first question was, how did you teach geography creatively in your class? So I am really grateful that I was able to travel to different parts of the country when I was still single and even outside the country. I was able to, all of those visits and all of those travels, I was able to visit different tourist attractions and even historical sites and even museums. So there are times that I was able to connect the topic from the learnings that I have when I was visiting those places, and of course I do my counter checking of its facts and the things that I know from the published references, so that I will not be giving them misinformation or incorrect information. So every time I shared my travel journey to my students, students have showed interest of the topics because I can actually share how important those places in our history, and even as our own country as well. So we are lucky because today we can use different applications and tools using technology and internet in teaching geography. For example, today if my students want to see the place, I can actually use Google Map and see the place because these places are already or can be found in the internet. So also to make it more interactive, I use different instructional materials and applications, or make it as a game, or even use a lot of teaching strategies to draw more interest from the students. So I usually do that because you really have to invent a lot of things. You should not use one way technique always. You have to have a lot of different techniques, especially students have a lot of different learning styles. I also acknowledge that we are very lucky today because we can actually do virtual trips using the aid of the technology and internet, and there are a lot of ways to teach geography creatively. In literal saying, the world is really in your hands. So as a teacher, use every strategy that you can do, because at the end of the day, your most important job is to ensure that your students learned and appreciate the takeaways from your lesson. So the second question is, what are the significant experiences you have encountered in teaching geography? So in teaching geography, it is really difficult to draw interest from your students, especially if they cannot relate to the topic or the subject. That is why it is important that as a geography teacher, you must also know its history so that you can also share its significance and how it is relevant to him as a student or even to him as a citizen of this country. I feel like if you involve the students more of the learning process, they take ownership and stewardship of their own learning. When I see my students taking the initiative to learn and study the lesson or even research the topic, I feel like I'm already winning as a teacher. And that would be all. Thank you.